Welcome to the Live United Celebration Luncheon. Introducing your superhero hosts, Senior Vice President of Corporate Affairs at Bethpage Federal Credit Union, Linda Arman, and Newsday's Vice President of Public Affairs and Executive Member of United Way of Long Island's Board of Directors, Paul Fleischman.
It is a beautiful, crisp spring day outside, and the real sunshine is right here in this room at the Crest Hollow. Good afternoon. We want to welcome all 812 of you, to this great celebration. It's great to be here with my good friend, Linda Arman, someone who makes a difference every day here on Long Island, and today is no exception. Once again, Linda's Bethpage Federal Credit Union is our title sponsor of today's event.
Thanks, Paul. Hello, everyone. Paul and I work for companies which have a true commitment to helping Long Islanders in need, just like all of the companies represented here today. With Paul's colleagues at Newsday and mine at Bethpage, our goal is to enrich lives in the communities we serve. Through the United Way, we can help more people, which is why United Way is a major part of both of our funding efforts each year.
United Way is a unique organization that touches the lives of Long Islanders in many different ways. We power the dreams of aspiring young people, and we transform the lives of families working hard to build a better life. But where does United Way of Long Island get the strength to make an impact? From you, our superheroes. Because of champions like you and your presence here today, Long Islanders will have a brighter future. Take a look at the screen. Because of you, U.S. Army veteran Alana and Youth Build graduate Anthony can now safely drive their children to school and have a reliable vehicle to get to and from work, allowing them to earn a living and support their families.
Because of you, Annie was able to stay safe and warm in her home due to a grant from Project Warmth.
Because of you, U.S. Army veteran Engelbert's life has been re-energized after he embarked on a new career in green energy construction, thanks to his training in Vets Build.
Because of you, thousands of young children were able to start their school year filled with confidence after receiving new school supplies.
Because of you, Josephine was able to escape dangerous living conditions, and she got much needed support and guidance through programs offered by United Way's partner agency, Safe Center Long Island.
And because of you, our housing development team is renovating and building safe and healthy homes across the region that house veterans and those with special needs.
Now, all of these lives would not have been changed without you joining United Way of Long Island as we fight for the health, education, and financial stability of every person in need.
Before we meet the honorees, join me in welcoming choral director Rachel Blackburn and the Hempstead Select Chorale, who will lead us in the national anthem, followed by their rendition of Ain't That Good News, arrangement by William Dawson. May I ask you to please rise.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air. that good news. I got a crown up into the kingdom, ain't that good news. I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up in my cross, gonna take you home to my Jesus, ain't that good news. Good news.
I got a rope up into the kingdom, ain't that good news.
I got a rope up into the kingdom, ain't that good news. I'm gonna lay down this world, my soul, my
Jesus, ain't that good news, good news. I got a Savior in the kingdom, ain't that good news, ain't that good news. I got a Savior in the kingdom, ain't that good news, ain't that good news. I'm gonna lay down this world, gonna shoulder up in my cross, gonna take you home to my Jesus, ain't that good news. Good news, good news, good news, good news.
Weren't they terrific? Thank you. And we're going to share some good news with you. These students represent the future of Long Island. They are the next generation of business executives, teachers, doctors, police officers, and labor leaders. It is up to us to invest in their future and make sure that they are successful. Several of these students are seniors and will be receiving the United Way Dreams for Youth scholarships. This support will help ensure they are able to continue on a higher education and achieve their life's ambitions, many within the School of Performing Arts. After hearing them, that makes perfect sense. Each year, United Way helps 60 young people attend college, and you're about to meet 5 of these dedicated students who are ready to take the next step in their life's journey. Each one of these students will be receiving $1,000 scholarship funds to further their education at their selected college. I ask the following students to please step forward as I call your name and accept your scholarships. Alicia. Simone. Bonita. Teresa. And Narciso. Congratulations, students.
Now, next up is a Long Island leader who really understands what it means to invest back in our communities. She is United Way of Long Island's chair of the board of directors, and in her day job, she is the senior executive vice president and COO of Flushing Bank. Welcome, Maria Grasso.
I used to be able to do this without glasses, but that changed. Thank you, Paul. On behalf of United Way of Long Island Board of Directors, I want to thank you for joining us today. We have a nice crowd, and I thank you for taking time out of your day to come here. I appreciate it. I'm honored to serve as the board chair. Our board consists of 45 leaders who represents the diversity of Long Island. Their background includes banking, labor, media, education, energy, economic development, transportation, and civic engagement. Our board members work together to have an impact on the hundreds of thousands of Long Islanders each year. Our members of the board find a way to connect with the United Way. Mine happens to be through my dad. My father was a Navy veteran. He passed away about 5 years ago. And it was important to my family to keep his honor, his memory alive. And we did this through his service to our country via the Navy. So my family and I raised money, and we continue to do that through our friends and my coworkers, and we created the Sal LaFonte Memorial Fund. And this fund provides financial assistance to veterans who wish to enroll in vocational education training programs. And it's working, and it's doing very well. And we're seeing a lot of positive results. One of our results that I'll talk about is Mr. Oswald. He's a U.S. Air Force veteran. He received a grant to enroll in a class necessary for a certification for a processing technician. We're proud to say he passed the class. He received his certification, and he's now a member of Local 1199 SEIU, United Healthcare Workers, employed by Northwell Health. And that means so much to me and my family to see the efforts that we put forward at helping people. If it's one at a time, we'll do that until we continue to make a difference. So all of us here are motivated to be involved and make a difference, and all of you are here, a room full of people that want to help and make a difference on Long Island. I want to thank you for your support today, but I also want to comment on what Paul said for Bethpage Federal Credit Union, Linda Arman, her 10 years of support, and the team support. So I thank you for making this event successful each year. Thank you, Linda. So you know how this works. They give me a speech, and then I fine-tune it and made some changes. So the next person I'm introducing is a superhero, but more important, she's my friend. And she was recently recognized by Long Island Imagine Awards for her excellent leadership. She's an outstanding CEO, and she helps everybody. She helps the future of Long Island. When she gets something in her mind, she listens, but it's not easy to change it. And it's okay when someone's like that if they're usually right. And Teresa's usually right. She's strong, she's persuasive, she's strategic at work, but I think what she's most proud of is being a mom to her daughter Olivia. So please welcome Teresa Regante to me.
So good afternoon, and thank you for joining this celebration. Certainly terrific to gather in one place. The people who are getting it done throughout Long Island. Everyone here deserves the Cape and the keys to Gotham City. You're all super people. We thank our incredible team of volunteers, our host committee, our talented staff, put the pieces together for this fantastic event. Let's give them all a round of applause. We have surpassed our goal and raised $660,000. $660,000 to help more than the 100 organizations supported by our Community Impact Agenda. Organizations helping children with disabilities, seniors who are homebound, young people climbing the education ladder, moms and dads going through a career education program. We have many of our community impact partners here today. Will you please stand and be acknowledged for all that you do? Come on, stand up. There's at least 60 of you. You're in the back, you're in the front, you're all over. Thank you very much. Leadership, advocacy, results, and partnerships lead our brand. Our work is relevant, and we are changing lives. We applaud our workplace campaign giving contributors here today $4 million this past year. Geico leads the pack with $1.2 million contributed by their associates. Thank you, Geico. The top 10 include Brookhaven National Labs, Deloitte, Enterprise, Macy's, National Grid, Newsday, PSEG Long Island, Suffolk Transportation Service, UPS, and Wells Fargo are all in this room. Thank you very much. We have hit the trifecta for real in the financial industry. JP Morgan Chase, Citi, and the Bank of America are all spearheading initiatives with more than $450,000 through foundation support. Thank you to those three institutions. Our friends in labor, the Long Island Federation, the construction trades, and just this past Monday night, the Long Island Contractors Association giving the United Way $25,000 for all their military work. Thank you, Mark Herbst and your crew. Thanks to labor. Our mission: health, education, income stability. 3 very important blocks in the base of a pyramid to build a quality life. This year, we have taken our mission to the neighborhoods across Long Island. We have joined the conversation to help Long Islanders understand the intersection between health and housing. We are developing a healthy homes advocacy plan and helping people to understand the sick home syndrome and what to do about it. Earlier this year, we collaborated with Northwell Health, seeking a grant from Robert Wood Johnson Foundation to educate physicians to better understand triggers in the home that may be contributing factors to chronic diseases for family. Our training center is the first in the region that will offer a building industry certificate for people really to understand the health, safety, and energy efficiency to create higher performing homes. We applaud PSEG Long Island and National Grid for being the engine that powers our work. Let's give them a big round of applause. Income stability, working alongside our residents from the village of Hempstead, and those young people today are very much a part of this community, has been a privilege this past year. Let me acknowledge Mayor Don Ryan, the 100 Coalition, community and faith-based leaders, members of our New York State Anti-Poverty Task Force, who've all joined us today. Can you please stand right there at those 2 tables? We recognize your leadership. Together, we've embarked on a journey to significantly reduce the rate of poverty for Village of Hempstead residents. We have engaged more than 800 people in this process and will be successful in helping families move up the ladder, creating equity income for those most vulnerable. And finally, education and career training. We have been able to support 90 young people this year, 47 veterans really pursuing their goals and investing in their futures. Creating a well-trained workforce ready to work and to take on the world is our mission. Now, Gabe, if you could join me at the podium. I would like you really to just pay attention for 30 seconds if we haven't gotten your attention. I'd like to introduce you to a special young man, Gabe Arango, who started with us in our Youth Build program. He earned his GED, worked as a weatherization specialist, has obtained more certifications and degrees to paper this room. Just this past month, he was accepted to Local 1049, the Electrical Workers Boot Camp. 150 applicants, only 20 chosen. Gabe is well on his way to a successful career with great wages and great benefits with a great organization and has a very bright future. 5 years ago, his choices were gangs, drugs, incarceration, and probable death. As a teenager, he witnessed the death of his brother claimed by the streets. We save people, families, and communities one by one, so when you support the United Way, you're supporting the next Gabe Arango. Gabe, we've watched you grow. We certainly will know that you'll continue to succeed, and congratulations to you. So much positive momentum has occurred in our organization, very much running on high gear, and let's recognize all our sponsors, totaling $575,000 today in sponsorship support. Certainly our title sponsor, Bethpage, our presenting sponsor, PSEG Long Island, our premier sponsor lever, Geico, MSC, National Grid, Suffolk Transportation Service. At the diamond level, Flushing Bank and Garfunkel Wild. At the sapphire level, we have JP Morgan Chase & Company, Macy's, and USI. And at our platinum level, Astoria Bank, Bank of America, Brooklyn Sports and Entertainment. Brooklyn's in the house. Where's Brooklyn? There you are. City Community Development, Fortune Off Backyard Store, Island Outreach Foundation, Magna Care, Naraki Smith, Newsday, Ruskin Moscow Faltachek. And finally, at our gold level, we recognize Deloitte, IBEW Local 1049, IBEW Local 25, Leviton Manufacturing, Main Street Financial Group, Northwell Health, Safe Light Auto Glass, Sandantar, Thomas and Lisa Gilmartin, Tri-State Capital Bank, and Wells Fargo Bank. And finally, we'd like to recognize one of our Healthy Living Gold sponsors, Nature's Bounty Corporation. They are investing major support in helping kids and families live healthier lifestyles. And to add to that list, a very important 70 Crystal and Friends sponsors, rounding out that group to over 110 labor and corporate and individual sponsors for this event. Thank you very much. So we are very grateful for you who've gathered here today, showing a deep commitment in helping to build our community. We know firsthand that there are thousands of choices when you're looking to impact good things happening. We thank you for choosing the United Way, and enjoy the rest of the program. Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa, and all of your staff at the United Way who does so much for Long Island and just even for this event. There are a few people and organizations that we are recognizing today and who serve as superheroes for our community. We begin with the Anthony J. Stipori Memorial Live United Volunteer Champion Award, named in memory of an extraordinary individual who demonstrated a distinguished history of volunteer service. A partner at Deloitte & Touche, Tony was a board member, treasurer, and volunteer for United Way of Long Island for 15 years. He had a profound commitment to fulfilling the mission of advancing the common good. The recipient of this award personifies the selfless, generous, and altruistic qualities demonstrated by Anthony. This year, the Anthony J. Stipori Memorial Live United Volunteer Champion Award is being presented to Catherine Heaviside, President of Epic 5 Public Relations.
Now, we know many people are here today specifically because they wanted to make sure they'd be here to honor Catherine. And presenting this award is it's a real labor of love for Linda and I, right?
Very much so.
Linda and I are both very lucky to count Catherine as a good friend. And Catherine has also been a good friend to Long Island in so many ways. Many of you know Catherine and know how when she jumps into something, as she did with this United Way about 30 years ago, she does it with a full heart. We know Catherine to be smart, kind, wise, insightful, and she can be very funny, too. I don't know how many of you know that.
Whether you are one of Catherine's clients, friends, family, or an organization she supports, you know that she's exactly the kind of person you want in your corner. Catherine is one of those rare people who never ceases to impress. She makes it look so easy with her calm, reassuring manner and wonderful people skills.
In her work, with her family and friends, and in her volunteerism, Catherine always combines integrity, skill, and smarts. We know that any short list of great Long Island leaders always includes Catherine Heaviside, and rightfully so. She is a true Long Island treasure.
And no one is more deserving of our 2017 Anthony Stipori Volunteer Champion Award than our friend, I know my mentor and hero, Catherine Heaviside.
The president of a bank on Long Island, which was my largest client, asked me to get involved with a campaign for the United Way. I was very, very reluctant. But after a few months when I got into it and I saw all the good that was being done with the money that was being collected, I was hooked. And today, 30 years later, I am still hooked.
considering becoming a volunteer, there are probably two things you need to have. One is you need to have the passion, and you need to be able to commit the time. And believe me, when you have the passion for it, you'll find the time. Quite simply, nonprofits make Long Island a better place to live. Organizations like Helen Keller, Family Service League, the Head Injury Association, the Viscardi Center. I get a chance to really see how they change lives every day. And it is an immense joy. Those people are really the heroes today. Receiving the Anthony J. Stapori Volunteer Award is so very important to me. Perhaps it's because I knew Tony. We sat on the board together. I only wish that everyone could have a Tony in their lives to remind them that doing good really feels good.
Thank you, Linda. Thank you, Paul. That was so impressive, what you said. I'd really like a copy of that to run it on a continuous loop at my home and in my office. You know, now everyone now knows that I started my journey with the United Way as a very reluctant volunteer. Epic 5 was a growing agency, and I had young children at home. And I wasn't sure what I could do that would really make a difference. The thing that turned the switch on in my head was one day I read a quote from Helen Keller. "Alone we can do so little. Together we can do so much." Helen Keller always had been a hero of mine. What should she face in 1900 at the age of 20? Well, she was a deaf, blind woman in an era where women's voices and values and efforts were not considered, and people treated people with disabilities more to be pitied than respected. Helen helped change that. And she wrote 12 books. She traveled internationally, lobbying for women's rights and labor rights. And she became a symbol of what could be done in both of those areas. Now, would she been able to succeed if she didn't have a family that could provide the support and teaching she needed? Probably not. Not everyone has the support. Not every family knows what to do and how to deal with physical challenges, addictions, mental health issues, abuse, and so many other critical areas. Today, more than 100 years after Helen, fortunately, we have the support from very well-run professional agencies that help repair and build successful lives for so many people and families. Those of you today who are here in the nonprofit sector, I know you work very hard every day with increasing challenges, more needs, and tighter financial constraints. You people, because of your efforts, you've made our world, our Long Island community, better for your commitment. Thank you so much. Now, that was the first thing that motivated me to support the United Way. Through the United Way, I can give one donation and help 100 nonprofits. Joining with other businesses and labor, we can fulfill Helen Keller's mandate, which is, together we can do so much. My other motivation is my friends and family and clients. My daughter, Laurel, my sons, John and Paul, my daughter-in-law Katie, and fabulous grandson Jack, who are here today, as well as my friends, my clients. You all have done so much to bring joy to my life. Thank you. Now, I always consider that I have another family, my Epic 5 family, and those are the people who make it possible for me to volunteer because of the incredible support I receive from them. I mean, these people have my back, they make me look good, and they do remarkable work for our clients. I'd like to say they deserve a round of applause also. Now, I'm getting this award because of Anthony Stapori. As you know, I knew him. Anthony had such a powerful impact on everyone who knew him that it was important to connect his legacy with furthering the education of young people. A scholarship was named in his name, the Anthony J. Stapori Memorial Scholarship. The young woman who received this scholarship last year, Kiara, possesses the desire to give back and help others, the drive to succeed, and a true passion for life. Here is Kiara's story in her own words.
I think one of my biggest inspirations was probably my grandma. She never pushed me to be anything, but always kind of supported me supported me in what I wanted to do. And it was always like one of my biggest goals to be involved in higher education and to succeed academically. And whenever I would forget that or I would feel down, my grandma would always remind me of what my goals are and how I wanted to go about succeeding in those goals. So when I was younger, my mom was a nurse and my dad worked various jobs, and they were very hardworking people. Always wanted to make sure that me and my sister had everything that we could. When they were separated, things were tough, and not long after, my mom had passed away. So after my mom passed away, I moved in with my dad and my grandma, grandpa, and uncle, and they just provided a place of stability for me to really focus on the things that an 8-year-old should be focusing on, which was really important. And my dad always just constantly told me how proud he was of me and would show up to all of my award ceremonies and my sports games, so it was really great. Yeah. So the loss of my father was really awful, I'd say. It was really difficult, and it was really hard to continue going on and remembering what my goals were, because life was just so significantly different after that, and it's hard to imagine yourself following the same path after something so significant. One of the biggest influences in my life during that time was my sister, and she just found a way to keep on going, and because she kept on going, I was inspired to as well. So honestly, Princeton is a little piece of heaven for me. It's just so great and just such a happy and positive atmosphere. And I feel if my dad knew that I came to Princeton, he would just be so proud of me and my sister for making it so far after our loss. The scholarship inspired me to begin mentoring a student at a local middle school here at Princeton who is low income, and I just want to make sure that she has the opportunities that I had, and someone to lead her to follow her own goals and successes like the scholarship has allowed me to do. I think it's really important to have organizations like United Way to provide opportunities and scholarships to students who really want to pursue and achieve their goals but don't have the means to. I would say to the supporters and donors that you are making a significant difference in the lives of so many students. United Way allowed me the opportunity to come to Princeton and to follow my goals, and that inspires me to go and serve others as well.
Please join me in welcoming AP Scholar, president of her high school class, rugby player, and freshman at Princeton University, Kiera.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, I wish to thank United Way for all they have done for me, including providing me the opportunity to be here with you all today. Now, I would like to share a quote which I have carried with me throughout my high school and college experiences. That is, small acts of kindness make a big difference. Though simple, the saying holds an especially important meaning to me. Not only do I try and spread small acts of kindness to others, but I can see the incredible impacts that others' small acts of kindness have had on me. The act of giving me the Anthony J. Stupori Memorial Scholarship, a large act of kindness, was made possible by the small acts of kindness made by many. With the help of the Anthony J. Stupori Memorial Scholarship, I've been able to make my academic and personal dreams a reality. I have had opportunities arise that I never thought possible. For example, the opportunity to participate in a 6-week study abroad in Namibia this summer, working closely with the best and being inspired by experts in various academic fields, and forging friendships at Princeton with those who inspire me and motivate me to be the best version of myself. The United Way of Long Island has provided me and so many others the tools to overcome life's difficulties and to pursue our goals and passions. The benefits of the scholarship that the United Way has provided me to my life are immeasurable. I encourage all of you to continue to support the United Way of Long Island, as it is your small acts of kindness that allow the organization to make a big difference. Thank you.
So Kiera gets the first. Is this not the coolest cape? What do you think? There you go. Now you've got to wear that around Princeton next year, at least for the first week. And listen, I'd just like to say one thing, that you've met Gabe, you've met Kiera, you've met the 5 students from Hempstead getting the scholarships. This is, ladies and gentlemen, no free lunch. If you are sitting at this table and you're motivated, and it's $10 is the buy-in to help in this scholarship fund, you've got a bag there as this program goes on. If you can continue to propel these scholarships forward for these young people across this region, we'd be so ever thankful. So do what you can. $10, right? Where's my friend at Zorn's? It's at least $10 for lunch. Let's do what we can. Thank you.
And thank you, Kiera. Thank you for sharing your story and yourself with us today. That took a lot of courage, and you really gave us a very important gift, so thank you very much. And now, let's welcome Suffolk County Executive Steve Ballone.
Good afternoon. It's a pleasure to be here. First, I want to thank the United Way, Teresa Regnandi. Let's give her a great round of applause for her incredible leadership of this vital organization in our region that does so much good. And I want to thank all of the community partners and the sponsors and everyone here who helps the United Way fulfill its critical mission for Long Island. The Live United Corporate Champion Award recognizes an outstanding company and its employees and their ability to mobilize and enhance the community. They embody the action of give, advocate, and volunteer. This year, the Corporate Champion Award is presented to PSEG Long Island. You will consistently find PSEG employees and IBEW Local 1049 members volunteering at community events, conducting outreach programs, and serving as board members for more than 20 local organizations. Last year, employees dedicated more than 18,000 hours of their time in community partnership programs at 796 events, including the Islip Arts Hometown Heroes Annual Concert in the park, March of Dimes Walk at Jones Beach, Making Strides Against Breast Cancer, and the Markham Corporate Challenge. Not only generous with their time, the PSEG Long Island Employee Workplace Campaign has quickly grown into one of the largest United Way contributors, allowing for a greater impact in the lives of their neighbors. PSEG Long Island knows how important it is to keep our residents safe. And with that, they launched BeReadyLongIsland.org, BeReadyLI.org, in partnership with the United Way and 211 Long Island to provide critical information and resources to help families prepare for emergencies and disasters. And I was able to be a part of that launch this past fall, and since then, the initiative has expanded by developing an early childhood curriculum, reaching 10,000 students and teaching them the importance of being safe. Now let's learn more about the outstanding efforts demonstrated by PSEG Long Island.
Our partnership between PSEG Long Island and IBEW Local 1049 is a very, very strong partnership.
As part of the IBEW Local 1049, we have 4,000 members that work on Long Island.
We recognize that we're a part of Long Island. We live here, we work here.
We go to church together, we're their volunteer firemen, we coach their kids.
We encourage our employees to become involved. If they're not involved, to start being involved. If they're already involved, to consider whether or not they can become more so. Another aspect of our partnership with Local 1049 is our employee giving campaign, where we partner together every year to mount a campaign to get our employees aware of the United Way and the tremendous programs the United Way has, and we have tremendous participation in that program. That program's been in place for over 25 years with PSEG and its legacy companies, and over that time period, over $10 million has been raised.
Realizing and knowing that we're one of the top donators, it makes you want to do more, because I know we can do more. When you reach that level of where we are, you just want to even go higher.
One of our partnerships with the United Way Long Island is a program called Be Ready Long Island. And it's a program about being ready for, being prepared for, and responding to natural disasters. And a very strong aspect of this program is focused on the children and helping them understand how to prepare before, during, and after an event. We've reached so far over 10,000 school children across Long Island through this program, through this outreach. It's just one small example of the type of work that United Way does, where it just touches the lives and improves the lives of people across Long Island. To receive this award, the Corporate Champion Award, means a great deal to me and to all the employees of PSEG Long Island Local 1049.
It's such a prestigious award, and without the partnership, we never would have attained that. I'm just very proud.
It's just a great honor to receive this award.
And let me just say, as Suffolk County Executive, I can tell you that PSEG Long Island is doing an outstanding job for all of us on Long Island, and I have appreciated the partnership with them and the great work that they have been doing. So it gives me great pleasure, on behalf of the United Way, to please welcome the President and COO of PSEG Long Island, Dave Daly, and Business Manager of IBEW Local 1049, Ron Bauer, to accept the Corporate Champion Award.
Thank you very much, everybody. And it's a real honor on behalf of all the men and women of PSEG Long Island to accept this award. And I also want to recognize, Steve just introduced Ron Bauer. Ron is the business manager of Local 1049 and a very strong partnership that we have to carry out our mission here on Long Island. Ron just stepped up to that and took the reins of Local 1049 in the past month or two, and it's an organization whose members are out there day in and day out. When the sun is out and when the wind blows and the snow comes, they're always out there, and it's just a fantastic organization. The other thing that's really fantastic about Ron is that his last name is not Daly. You might know that Don Daly was the predecessor who's now retired, and Ron's taken the helm. And Don Daly and myself were always getting each other's emails. That actually means I'm down to 2 Dalys on Long Island. There's myself and Ken Daly from National Grid. And so I'm rooting for Ken Daly to get a promotion up in Boston somewhere. Then I can have the whole island to myself. Ken Daly actually stole a hotel room of mine in Albany one time. It was the last hotel room, and they thought he was me, and they gave that room to him. Turns out I didn't have to make it that day, so it was all right. And so it's a great partnership. At PSEG, we have a fantastic company. It really is a very, very special company. 2,300 employees, the most dedicated employees that are out there. It's a very, very special mission we have. Working for PSEG comes with a responsibility to be there and to be there for our communities, to be there in the good times and in the bad times when the events come. And we take that responsibility very, very seriously to be an outstanding company. And when the power goes out, to get out there in any kind of weather conditions and get that power back. And the other part of that responsibility is to be a member of the community. And I really do appreciate Steve coming and introducing Ron and myself. And Gabe, wherever Gabe went, that you met earlier, that's amazing. I met Gabe about a year ago, and just a tremendous to see how well he's doing. And the United Way is also a team, just like PSEG Long Island. And so we're very honored to be a part of the United Way. Everybody here is part of that team. The mission of PSEG Long Island and the mission of the United Way intersect in so many ways. But most importantly, they intersect in being there and helping people, helping change lives. Some of the folks you saw here today are just shining examples of that. That website, if you Google it, BeReadyLI.org, BeReadyLI.org, it's a fantastic website. You can see all about it when you go there. It's all about being ready for storms and reacting to storms. So I just want to thank everybody for this award and for recognizing the men and women of PSEG and for Local 1049. We have a lot of work to do. We've done a great deal, but there's much to be done. And we're looking forward to continue to do so with United Way and with all of you, all of us together as a team. I just want to have Ron come up and say a few words as well. Thank you, everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody. I wasn't prepared to give a speech, but about 45 minutes ago I was told I was going to say a few words. So a few things I just want to mention. Gabe Marango, who just went through the NECA apprentice interview. He aced the test. He did phenomenal. Really impressed me. I'm part of the interview. And he was scored very high. And Gabe, I just want to wish you good luck in boot camp. It's going to be a little difficult, a lot of climbing, very physical. But if anybody can do it, Gabe, you can. Also, I want to thank the Hempstead Select Chorus. They sang a song, a rendition of the song Good News. Excellent, really done good and well. And coincidentally, every time Local 1049 ratifies a contract with one of our contractors, that's actually the song we sing. So, thank you. That's my joke for today. All of us here today, we share the same passion and our common good to help people in need, creating opportunities and long-lasting changes, hopefully for the good, to those who need our help. That's what this is all about. It's a wonderful feeling to be part of an organization like the United Way that is involved with our community in so many different ways. Lastly, it's a privilege, it's an honor to be partnered with PSEG Long Island and 1049. We hope to continue giving and volunteering because great things happen when we live united. Thank you.
Thank you to our friends at PSEG and Local 1049. We at Bethpage have the are fortunate to be able to collaborate with the employees at PSEG throughout the year through community events, and we love doing it. So thank you for your commitment. Now I get to introduce another superhero. Please help me welcome our good friend from Suffolk Transportation Service, the president, John Corrado.
Good afternoon. Slightly up. Teresa, great job. Really tremendous. The Elena M. Perez Memorial Live United Pioneer Vision Award was named in memory of a remarkable individual. Elena was a market development manager for Bank of America. She served on the United Way Board of Directors and exhibited a deep devotion to philanthropy and long-term commitment to creating a better future for all. The recipient of this award, whether an individual or organization, exemplifies the exemplary leadership, enthusiasm, optimism, and vision demonstrated by Elena. This year, the Elena M. Perez Memorial Live United Pioneer Vision is being presented to the TW Local 252. With more than 3,700 members serving as school bus drivers, mechanics, transit operators, and more, the TW literally drives Long Island forward towards success. Their professionalism and dedication to their work is demonstrated each and every day. I would like to take a moment to recognize one particular member here with us today, whose recent act of heroism is a shining example of the values instilled in our members. School bus driver Diana Krieger. Diana, stand up, please. We got to embarrass her. She came all the way. Kept a bus full of students safe after a dangerous man attempted to board her bus. By instructing the students to exit out the emergency exit, they remained unharmed as this individual charged the stairs and through the seats. Authorities arrived on the scene moments later. Diana, thank you for being one of our everyday heroes. At Suffolk Transportation, I have the honor of knowing many of these members like Diana and see firsthand the passion they possess for giving back to the community, particularly the veteran community. In fact, many of the TW members at Suffolk Transportation Service, as well as Nice Bus, are veterans themselves. Through our workplace campaign and events like Casino Night, union members generously give as much as they are able to help make life just a bit better for the men and women who serve in our military. Let's take a look at how the TW is helping create a better future for Long Island.
We're 4,000 members, over 4,000 members that all live here on Long Island. It's always been very important for them to give back to the communities. I went to an event where a video was shown on United Way, Mission United, and it just struck a chord with us that we could partner. And we thought, well, let's do a fundraiser. And it just snowballed from there. The Working Women's Committee figured out that we could get the food donated. And then one of our members said, I can get entertainment. And we got the gaming tables. And the first year was about 250 people. The second year was over 400. And this year, we have no idea how many is going to be there. I mean, knowing that all of the money that's raised stays right here on Long Island for our veterans in need. Everybody knows of somebody, family member or neighbor, who's served in the military and has a need. As a union, we know we are strength in numbers. So if we are united, we are invincible. There is nothing we can't accomplish. This is a local 252 honor. It's not any one individual, it's for all the members. And I'm very honored that we received it this year and that it's on behalf of all the members.
So Debbie's out of town. She couldn't be with us today, but accepting this award for the TW is Neil Galloway, the secretary of the organization. Neil, come up. Good job, my friend. This is you. I'm going to put this here, right?
You're going to stay up here?
You want me to? I guess I do. Hey, who works for who?
Good afternoon. My name is Neil Galloway, and I am thank you, John, for that introduction. I am the Secretary-Treasurer for Local 252, and I've been Secretary-Treasurer for about 7 years, and I was asked to accept this award on Deb's behalf because she couldn't be here, unfortunately, due to a scheduling conflict. But truth be told, she's on vacation. She's enjoying a Mai Tai somewhere and having a great old time, so you got me. Under the leadership of Deg Hagan, she has taken 252 on what I call a rip-roaring ride. Every day has been an adventure, and we are really just getting started. I mean, Deb has proven that strong leadership takes listening and caring about your members and being supportive. She has proven to be a very, very welcome surprise for Local 252 TWU, and we are really grateful to have her. When she asked me to accept this award, she was like, Neil, make sure you don't forget anybody. I was like, Deb, we represent 3,700 people. Somebody's going to be forgotten. That's just the way it works. I mean, you can't remember everybody. I would be here all night. But I told her I would do my best. And she wanted me to say thank you to so many people who have been there to support us. So number one, we want to say thank you to the United Way, and especially Terry Rignanti. Terry has been an inspiration in all of our fundraising efforts. I mean, we want to mirror what she does. We've seen her, just go out there and do these events, and we were like, we want to be a part of that too. And she has inspired us deeply. So Terry and the United Way, we want to say thank you. She wanted me to also acknowledge our support team. And once again, there's so many, but I'd like to start off thanking our Working Women's Committee, headed up by our business manager, Terry Hines. They do phenomenal work. They do phenomenal work. They are responsible for, or play a major part in all of our fundraising efforts, like our coat drive. Last year, they collected over 1,000 coats to provide warmth for a person who's down and out on a cold winter's night. They are responsible for our food drive, where they have collected tons and tons of food to help a needy family suffering through economic and financial hardships. They're responsible for our toy drive, hundreds and hundreds of toys that they personally wrap themselves, because they know that it's important to bring a smile to a young child's face and a light in their eye during the Christmas holidays. So my Working Women's Committee, I mean, they are the muscle behind TWU, and we say thank you. Thank you so much for all you do. We also wanted to acknowledge the sections that we represent, the businesses. The businesses of Bauman Bus, First Student Bus, Guardian Bus, Transdev Paratransit. We wanted to thank them for their support. But with the sections that we represent, we feel that 2 sections deserve special recognitions. And those sections go to Mr. John Corrado and Phil DiDomenico of Suffolk Transportation and Suffolk Bus. You guys have been amazing. You have been with us through the thick and the thin of all of our fundraising efforts, and your kindness, your support, your generosity has been overwhelming. We want to say thank you so much. It is really, really appreciated. Hats off to you, gentlemen. You are the creme de la creme. Thank you so much. Now, all of this hard work could not be possible if it weren't for what I call my team. I call them my team because I am the most senior person on the board, meaning I've been there longer than all of them. And that's my executive board over there. They get the job done for me. That's my board there, wave. That's Karen and Jessica, and Terry Hines, our business manager, Brian, Tom, Itch. I say to them, thank you guys. Thank you for just showing up, for being there. Every time we throw an event, you guys pull through. 100%, you never let us down. But one person on my team, I believe deserves, I can't even call it special recognition, I have to call it exemplary recognition because, I mean, he's just proven to be dynamite, and that is Louis Mercado. Louis, could you stand for a second? With this administration, we developed what we call a Veterans Committee, because right now we realize how important it is to make sure that we are there to support the brave men and women who fight and put their lives on the line for our great nation every day. And with the work with this Veterans Committee, Louis has been traveling all across the country, meeting with veterans, organizations, just finding out ways that we can improve the quality of life for the men and women who serve our great nation. With that hard work, Louis has come into contact with organizations like Boots on the Ground that give supplies and deliver services to our men and women who are in active duty here and abroad. We've come in contact with organizations like Operation PX Free, which helps veterans who have been wounded in battle and provide medical attention and takes care of their children and helps them out during their times of hardship. Free PX is like an extraordinary organization. They actually, around the holidays, they supply thousands and thousands of gifts because they do realize how important it is for a child to have a good Christmas when mom and dad are recovering from an injury or in the hospital or away from home. They are an extraordinary company, and we are so proud to be working with them. And our friend Louis here is the one that brought that all together for us. So I say to you, Louis, you are the man. You, I personally didn't think he could be able to get the job done, but Louis, not only have you exceeded our expectations, you set the bar so high it's like unreachable now. You are fantastic.
We love you.
Okay, well, I'm almost done, I promise.
These people are ready to go back to work.
I know, I'm almost done, I promise. I really do.
We gotta go. We gotta.
Well, guys, I'm sorry they're cutting my speech short, but I do want to say thank you. Thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. Neil, I think you gave new meaning to the word short. So, we've heard some inspiring stories. We've seen some deserving individuals and organizations receive awards. And we want to thank you for being here today. But being here was the easy part. Now we want to put you to work, helping to mobilize the people that you know to support United Way of Long Island's work, helping people in need. As you head out, you can purchase a Mission United t-shirt to support our local veterans. Did you know there are over 100,000 military veterans and their families living right here on Long Island? And with this stylish t-shirt, you can be a part of Dress Down Day this coming Veterans Day, November 11th.
Other events coming up this summer that help our veterans include the Bethpage Air Show at Jones Beach Memorial Day weekend, the Islip Arts Council Honor Our Hometown Heroes concert at Heckscher Park, and the Paddle Battle Team Challenge in Riverhead.
Long Islanders need our help and your help. So what can you do? You can run a workplace campaign, volunteer at special events. Most importantly, you can help spread the word about the work of United Way of Long Island and its partner agencies to your colleagues, friends, and family.
And please take a look at your superhero mask that is wrapped around your super efficient LED light donated by PSEG. Thank you for that. And if you have a dot, you win the centerpiece.
So thanks for being here. Thanks for making a difference right here on Long Island. Whether or not there's a dot on your mask, you are all superheroes for helping us to power dreams, transform lives, and build a better future.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a great day.